About 7:45, Tuesday evening, December 17th. I've had an opportunity to read through the indictment of Luigi Mangione from Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg. It's an 11 count indictment. He's the guy who allegedly shot the healthcare CEO on a Manhattan sidewalk 2 weeks ago tomorrow. It's an interesting indictment. It's 11 counts. 3 counts related to the murder accusation. 7 counts related to possession of a firearm. And 1 count of possession of a forged instrument of fake New Jersey driver's license. Now, 1 count of murder in the first degree, 2 counts of murder in the second degree. In New York State, to get a first degree murder charge, there generally has to be some kind of an enhancement. And in this case, that enhancement is terrorism. I don't know, man. But reading from the document, they allege that Luigi Mangione caused the death of Brian Thompson, and said person was killed in furtherance of an act of terrorism involving a violent act and acts dangerous to human life that were in violation of criminal laws of this state and were intended to intimidate or coerce a civilian population, influence the policies of a unit of government by intimidation or coercion, and affect the conduct of a unit of government by murder, assassination, or kidnapping. I mean, so it appears as though the DA in New York City, Alvin Bragg, is carving out a special form of terrorism for the killing of business executives. Okay. I would think that would give his defense attorneys some things to work with, but that's just me. The second count is of murder in the second degree. Again, intent to intimidate or coerce a civilian population, a crime of terrorism, and affect the conduct of a unit of government. Huh? Third count, murder in the second degree, is just caused the death of Brian Thompson. Then we get into the 7 counts that have to do with the possession of the gun. First count, criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree. Possessed a loaded firearm with intent to use the same unlawfully against another person. That seems reasonable. Possessed a loaded firearm, said possession not being in defendant's home or place of business. I'm assuming that means that I don't think he lived in New York. But okay. Criminal possession of a weapon in the third degree. Possessed an assault weapon. It wasn't a rifle, it was a handgun. So I don't know what that count means. 7th count. Third degree, possessed a firearm silencer. Those are illegal in New York State. 8th count. Third degree, possessed a large capacity ammunition feeding device, to wit, a Glock magazine. I do not know the capacity of the magazine of the firearm that he used allegedly in this crime. But I think New York's got a law in place that you can't have a magazine that holds more than 10 rounds. 9th count, possession in the third degree, possessed a large capacity ammunition feeding device, to wit, a Magpul magazine. Don't know what that means. 10th count, possession in the 4th degree, not being a licensed gunsmith or dealer in firearms and knowing that the gun he possessed was a ghost gun, he possessed a ghost gun. And then the fake ID count. So ghost guns are, you can use a 3D printer to print components of firearms and build one. You can order different components through the mail, and along with those 3D printed parts, build a handgun that doesn't have a serial number. It's not registered. It doesn't come from a manufacturer. It's untraceable. And there's a case pending before the United States Supreme Court right now, basically asking the question, are ghost guns guns? So we'll see how that shapes out. But, I mean, ever since I first got out of law school, it's been my opinion generally that prosecutors overcharge cases. That gives them wiggle room to make deals and negotiate downward later on. Sure, that's fine. 11 counts, 3 separate counts of murder in various degrees, 7 counts for the firearm. First of all, that tells you a little bit about gun regulations in New York State. It's like, this could be a 3-count indictment, 4 counts. He shot the guy, the gun was illegal, can't have a suppressor, silencer, had a fake ID. But, you know, what do I know? I'm just a dumb country lawyer. I think the terrorism enhancement is a bit much. It's like, when we think of terrorism, we don't think of shit like this. Especially not in Manhattan.